the run like I don't got an estate. Yeah, I went from LA to the A. On the run, you can tell where I stay.
What's good, people? Here with your boy Jordan GK. And hey, I was gonna do more some Dave Chappelle, but hey, I want to mix it up a bit. I want to get to other comedians quickly, because I am starting to miss already the kind of music reactions, man. I want to be jumping back on the music reactions sooner or later, but like I promised, I wanted this channel to be versatile, so I am going to be reacting to some multiple comedians and stand-up comedians. The TikTok ones, I'm not too sure about those yet. We'll have to wait and see. The Ben Askren one, I believe, will be a little bit further down the line, just after the stand-up and comedian reaction videos. But I do want to jump back onto the music ones, because for me, I don't know, it's just something with music. You know, the reactions are almost better. It's better to react to music videos in that sense. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it has music in, and I don't know, maybe it's more popular, I have no idea, but it's just something with music. You know, the audience, people that are watching my videos, they definitely enjoy the music videos more. So like I said to you, I didn't want to make this channel all about me. I wanted to make it about the audience and my subscribers, so that's what I'm going to do. If you guys want me to react to more music videos, I know there are a lot of you are Michael Jackson fans, but I definitely will be doing more artists, old school artists, new school artists. But for now, I promised myself that I was going to do the stand-up, so that's what we're going to do. Anyway, today we are going to be reacting to Jimmy Carr. Now, Jimmy Carr is a British stand-up comedian. I believe he has his own show, the Jimmy Carr Show. He's very famous, very popular in the UK. For those of you that don't know him, you know, American people, Jimmy Carr is a very funny guy. Would I say he's the best UK stand-up comedian? Probably not. I would say probably someone like Ricky Gervais is probably the GOAT of stand-up comedy, and you know, as a representing the UK, I'd probably say he is. There are many more other ones as well, but yeah, Jimmy Carr's a very funny guy. I've never really watched his stand-up comedian shows, so that's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna jump straight into the video.
Is this racist? Do Chinese people have guess who?
Oh my. From the get-go, let's go back, man. This guy.
Is this racist? Do Chinese people have guess who? I tried that joke for the first time in a tiny little 50-seater theatre above a pub, and there was a Chinese lady front and centre, and she laughed enough that she sort of bent forward, and it looked like I'd gone, no. Genuinely weird. I like to think of myself as an equal opportunities offender. I like to think I offend everyone and therefore no one, because it's kind of a blanket bombing approach to offence. It's like I'm not picking on any group, and also I'm not really making any points, am I? I'm just trying to make you laugh for a couple of hours. That's my only job in this world. I'm not trying to make any points or change anyone's mind about anything. And the best defence of a joke is always, it's just a joke. I was only joking. Relax, I'm just trying to make you giggle. When you try and say something that's true, earnestly, from the heart, that's when it can fuck up much more spectacularly in your face. I've got a story about this. Do you want to hear it? It's a story about PC blowing up in a friend's face. So this mate of mine, it's quite a long story, which is unusual for me, but it's a doozy, you'll enjoy it. This mate of mine runs a comedy club, okay, at a university. He's in his mid-60s now, he's been running it since the early 80s, it's a legendary club. Anyway, runs this thing, he's quite a right-on kind of guy. If there's a petition to sign, he's signing it and forwarding the email to me. If there's a march to go on, he's on the march. Very right-on, political, involved kind of guy. Anyway, he runs this comedy club. This incident happened about 12 years ago. He decided to put on a night of American stand-up comedy. There happened to be 3 American stand-ups in London the same weekend, okay? So he decided, well, instead of just booking one of them, I'll book all 3 of them. We'll make it like a themed evening, like the 4th of July. We'll get hot dogs and Budweiser and what have you. It'll be fun. So everyone comes to the evening. There's like 300 people in the club, and he's all excited about it. The first act goes up on stage. He's a black American stand-up out of New York City, and he does what I would refer to as an Uncle Tom routine. If you're not familiar with the terminology, that means he did a racist routine. All his jokes were based on negative racist stereotypes. He got away with it. He was a very charismatic performer. He was very handsome, but the material was It was terrible. I mean, it was like, at best, it was white guys drive like this and black guys drive like this. Nonsense, ill-observed nonsense. At worst, it was stuff that would make your skin crawl, okay? He totally got away with it that night. He got a big round of applause at the end of about half an hour set, and he walked back to the green room at the club, and my mate went in after him, and he went up to him, and he said, I want a word. You'll get paid for tonight's gig, there's no problem with that, but you would not be welcome back at my club telling those kind of jokes. I think it's racist, I think it's wrong. I don't think it's okay for you to tell racist jokes just because you're a black guy. I think if anything, you should know better. I think it denigrates the struggle of the African American people, and you can never say that no one's told you so, because I'm telling you so right now, it's racist and it's wrong. And the comedian went, I agree. When you're right, you're right. But I'm the other black comic, I haven't been on yet. What is
Bro, that was short,
about
man.
being blind?
That was so short. Hang on a second, man. We're going to do another one quick, man. Battle of the Sexes. Let's do this one, man. That was very short, guys. Sorry for that. Let's just jump onto this one quickly.
Let's hear it from the ladies of Birmingham. Give us a shout, ladies. Oh, you sound in very good spirits. Do you think you're easy to live with, ladies? The vast majority say yes. Well, this is going to be educational and informative. I'm going to tell you how easy you are to live with, ladies, and I'm going to do it with a couple of questions, okay? Have you ever met a gay man? Yes. Have you ever noticed how happy homosexual men are? How joyful and carefree and full of life. Going dancing, Bacardi breezes, higher. Well, that's what we were like before we met you. You ever done this? If you've been driving along and you've hit a rabbit? The worst thing is the noise. That horrible, familiar sound of a hammer hitting a rabbit.
What?
97% of all dangerous driving offences are committed by men. You know what that means? It means 3% are committed by bloody women drivers. You know who you are, you're a fucking menace. I don't think speed cameras are fair. Who's with me? I can't see how they're fair. If I'm driving home from this gig at 12 midnight, yeah, and there's kids playing in the street, they've got bigger problems than me. Well, not anymore, they haven't, but let's say I'm driving home from this gig, 12 midnight, let's say I'm doing 40 in a 30 zone, I get flashed by one of those cameras. How is it fair that my girlfriend gets 3 points on her licence? That doesn't seem fair to me. She's already got 12 points. She's going to have to go to jail. Buying presents for women, that's a nightmare, isn't it? I thought, I can't do flowers again, I can't do chocolates again, I'll go for lingerie. Mum was livid.
Oh, that's gross.
Men think about sex every 7 seconds, which I think makes talking to your dad creepy.
That's so true.
Women usually take care of contraception within a relationship, but some men do, and they're called dads. I'm not sure about abortions being available 3 months into pregnancy. I think they should be available right the way up to GCSEs.
Oh. God's sake.
I like the phrase performed an abortion. Do you think anyone's ever gone, ta-da? A lot of people are worried that the artificial creation of sperm in laboratories means that men are essentially obsolete now. Women don't need men anymore because they can artificially create sperm in laboratories. Yeah. What do you think about that, ladies? Yeah. Luckily, they keep the artificially created sperm in jam jars. So you still need us to... I'm not sure if that's exactly how artificial insemination works. But you get the gist. There's nothing rude about gist. You're making your own jokes now. There are inequalities between the sexes, and I think it's universally acknowledged men get an easier deal in our society than women. But I can think of an example where men get a very raw deal. You know, early on in a relationship, before you live together, when you're just kind of staying over each other's houses, very exciting phase in a relationship. In the history of the world, no man has ever been staying over at a girl's house and found a vibrator in her bedside drawer, and there's been a problem. There is only one reaction on record, and that is as follows. Oh, hello. cheeky. What is she like? But when she finds a latex vagina in your sock drawer, there is hell to pay. Explanations must be made.
So
I say
true.
sock drawer is actually the office.
Hey, I'm not saying that's ever happened to me, but like, you know, that's exactly what would happen.
I say latex vagina. It was the receptionist. She says there's never an excuse to raise your hand to a woman. What if you've got a question? She says that because she's a woman, she's good at doing two things at the same time. If that's the case, why is the threesome out of the question? I'll tell you why there's no women's boxing. The weigh-in.
What? What's that got to do with it? All right.
The fight would happen then and there. Most people that get cosmetic surgery are disappointed with the results, but they look pleasantly surprised. Have you ever got mixed up between car booting and dogging? It's embarrassing, isn't it? I paid 50p to fuck a guy's wife. Dogging, or pay and display, as I like to call it. Or park and ride. Make-up sex is amazing after you've had an argument, but inappropriate if you've had a fight with the traffic warden.
What?
Women get annoyed when men use the last of the toilet paper. Do you get annoyed at that, ladies? So what I've done is I've stopped wiping my arse. And still she's upset. And women, in fact, use twice as much toilet paper as men, which is fair enough. They've got double the number of bottoms. I quite like that as a term for a woman or a lady. I like the term double bum. Have you met my double bum? No, two bums, yes. One at the back, as is traditional. Another little fella around the front. Little fella's maybe the wrong term to use, but I'll use it in a sentence. I was on holiday with my double bum. We were in Thailand. We were having a little bit of lunch in a cafe on the beach.
Whoa.
She said, I'm just going to go for a pee. I'll be back in a minute. She was back almost immediately. She said, I couldn't go. It was disgusting. My question is simple. Has that ever happened to a man in the history of the world? Ever? Let's face it, fellas. If we're going for a piss, it is going to happen. The gents could be a pile of rotting corpses yay high. The worst you're going to get from a bloke is you want to breathe through your mouth in there. She said a weird thing to me recently. She said she wanted to wear a blindfold during sex. I thought, well, fine. On the one hand, you want to take away one of your senses in order to heighten the other four, in order to increase the erotic pleasure of lovemaking. Let's give that a go. Sounds fun. On the other hand, I was thinking, what you're really saying is, I will fuck you, but I'm going to have to cover my eyes. Has anyone had this recently? Has anyone made an appointment with the doctors recently? I phoned up for an appointment with my doctor, and I got an appointment in 3 weeks' time. I thought, that's good.
Bloody
I'd
hell,
either be
that's
better
really good.
or dead. But then they gave me option B. They said, well, you can come down and see the locum doctor. It's not your doctor, it's just our doctor we've got down there. And if it's serious, you can come down and wait. So that's what I did. I went down to the doctor's surgery and I waited for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And eventually I got called into the little treatment room with the doctor. Walked in there. Stunning looking doctor. I mean, properly 10 out of 10. Absolutely gorgeous. Exactly my type. I went, I'm embarrassed. She said, I'm a professional, you're a grown man, just tell me what the problem is. I said, okay. I think my cock tastes funny.
What? Hang on a second, what did he just say?
She said, I'm a professional, you're a grown man, just tell me what the problem is. I said, okay. I think my cock tastes funny.
Taste. What do you mean taste? What do you mean taste funny? Oh my god.
I don't know if you've got a test for that. Well, I've had an idea. It's weird, the gender stereotype in that joke, isn't it? Like the idea that when I say doctor, most people imagine a man. That's very odd, because we all know there's loads of female doctors, but if you're honest, when I say doctor, do you imagine a man? Yes? It's weird. And when nurse is even worse. If I say nurse, do you imagine a woman?
Yeah. What?
Sounds like a slightly overactive imagination there. Oh, yes. I mean like a proper nurse, not like a stripper in a pub. When I say nurse, do you imagine a woman? Yes? But we all know there's loads of male nurses. Although it's not pronounced male, you don't call them male nurses. It's actually pronounced male nurses. Not that I don't want to offend any male nurses, or indeed your boyfriends.
God's sake.
Just nod that one in. Good. A very common male fantasy is to have two women at the same time. One to cook, one to clean. Easy there, I'm joking. They want to fuck them.
Oh, guys. My reaction to Jimmy Carr, man. Very funny guy. Do I find him funnier than Dave Chappelle? No, in that sense, because I don't know. I just think the way they explain things. I think Jimmy Carr is he's very well spoken in that sense. Very almost classy. Wears a suit. You know, and I'm not taking that away from him. You know, that's his style. That's his trend, right? Like that's the way he presents himself. He is still a funny guy. Like very quirky, very cheeky guy. But I just think Dave Chappelle's funny. I don't know why. I don't know. You just find some people funnier than others. Just the way they, I don't know, portray the show, the way they portray the words, the way they say certain things. I find Dave Chappelle's accent a little bit more funnier. That's, it's small things like that that actually make the difference. Not to say that Jimmy Carr's accent isn't funny. I think his little giggle is quite funny. And some of the jokes, they were really funny. I just think the way he kind of does it isn't my kind of style. I think Dave Chappelle's style is a lot better. The way he's more laid back, he's more chilled. And yeah, overall, I just find him funnier. Is what it is, right? But yeah, guys. Sorry for the first video as well. That was very short. I didn't expect it to be that short. And it was I thought it was going to be more jokes than just one whole entire joke. So that's why I had to do another video within the same one. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Remember to hit that notification bell so you're up to date with the latest videos. Guys, you were here with your boy, Jordan GK. And I will see you in the next video.